Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Andrey giving the icebreaker. The icebreaker, Andrey.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests. Today is my first speech at the Toastmasters, and I'm very excited. It's called the icebreaker, and I'm from North, and I'm a very visual person. So when I think of an icebreaker, I picture myself a huge, powerful ship breaking through the frozen desert of the Arctic Ocean and making a canal to allow passage of other ships. And if I take this analogy, to me this canal is a learning pathway that I've embarked upon by joining this club. And learning and discovery is something that I've enjoyed doing all my life. I was lucky to grow up in a very unique place. My family lived 20 minutes away from downtown Moscow, yet we lived very close to a nature reserve. My father would take me on a walk, and we would feed squirrels and birds. I knew this park very well, and I would never miss a chance to get close to an animal. But one day, I was in for a surprise. Something big was staring at me. A large, horse-like animal with big horns. I was about 5, very curious, but I immediately stepped back and hid behind my father. Where does it come from, and why is it coming to us? I asked. My father told me that this is a moose, and they come into people in winter because they aren't having enough food. I was very excited, and I wanted to come back and see the moose again. I discovered a hope that even in a very familiar place, something very special can happen. And with this kind of attitude, I was destined to study science. And it was my first semester in the uni when I went on a tour to the coolest place on the campus, working nuclear reactor. So naturally it was a very clean facility, so we had to put on white lab coats and wait patiently at the entrance to the highest security level. 2 scientists came and took us to a round room with a huge well in the center. 3 stories down below, underwater, was the reactor. And the water was glowing with this deep, dark blue color. The guide has told us that the water protects us from the harmful radiation. I looked at him. He was completely bald. Looked at the other guy. He was the same. Well, as incongruous as we were like young students. And we thought that maybe we should probably finish this excursion much quicker. But it's not true. It was all very safe. Our professor has told us that how a few years ago they were waking up at night by a call for help. It was a catastrophe. A nuclear reactor blew up in Chernobyl, Ukraine. At that moment, I felt deep respect to those people because they risked their lives in order to, in an effort to mitigate the spread of deadly waste. I understood that day that being a scientist sometimes takes a lot of courage. And after finishing uni, I made a career in computer networks and telecommunications. So at the office I would look like a normal technical expert or a pre-sales consultant, just normal office outfit or a suit for meeting clients or making presentations. But on my holidays, I started climbing mountains. So these days I enjoy sharing this fun of rock climbing with my close friends and also to introduce new people to the sport. So around trips with RMIT Outdoors Club. But this seed of this passion has planted quite a while ago. When I was in middle school, I joined a junior geology exploration club where we went on field trips and studied rocks and minerals and dug up fossils. And one summer we went on an expedition to Caucasus Mountains and went up Mount Elbrus, its highest point. I was 13 and I will never forget that day. At the bottom it was plus 20 degrees. It was below zero at 4,000 meters where the ski lifts took us. I looked around and I can see for hundreds of kilometers vast land of valleys and mountain ridges, most tops covered with shiny white snow. It was snow and ice all around us, an impossible view for summer. The air was very thin. It was sterile and I had to breathe quicker to make up for the lack of oxygen. I was stunned by the beauty and the scale of that place, and I decided that I will come back. Life is exciting, full of surprises and variety. There's so much to do, so much to learn, and so many opportunities to share. It's a journey, and today I would like to thank you all for being my fellow travelers on this path of learning and discovery. Thank you.